As a married couple living in the most expensive city in Canada, there are many things we do to reduce our living costs. This is our grocery budget challenge. This last week on our budget challenge was overall good. It went by so fast, and at times it felt like we were just surviving. Not to say that we didn't eat well, but we need to learn how to balance work with rest. My husband had a full week of projects, and I've been in the grind, and we've both thought of ways that we can achieve that balance. This week was a special week too, because it was Easter on Sunday. And at church, we celebrated how Jesus rose from the grave, conquering death and sin forever, took communion, and we all had time to share testimonies or stories. I shared about this channel. I normally don't feel comfortable sharing, but God urged me to, and I listened. Then we went to spend time with my mom and we ate pizza and salad. She sent us home with leftovers and 3 apples. Thanks, Mom. We also had an interview request from Andrew Johnson, a reporter from CTV National News. Although we're sharing a part of our lives on YouTube, which we love to do, we were intimidated at the prospect of being featured on the news. But before I could even think no, God said do it, so I did it on Tuesday. It was better and more comfortable than I could have imagined. Andrew and Gary were men on a mission, and their professionalism, kindness, and leadership inspired confidence in my husband and I. It felt fun, like we were stepping into their world and they were stepping into ours. I don't know what will come of it, but I trust it'll be good. We did some shopping with them. At Kin's, we got 1 head of garlic for $8.99 a pound and 6 yellow onions at 39 cents a pound for a total of $2.85. Then we went to Persia Foods and got 3 Cara Cara oranges at 99 cents a pound, 3 navel oranges at 99 cents a pound, 2 red onions at 59 cents a pound, 1 special russet potato at 49 cents a pound, and 5 loose bananas at 39 cents a pound, for a total of $4.94. I'll post a link when the story comes out, and I thank everyone who responded to my community post about it. I read all of your responses, and I don't think I was able to do them justice. But I hope to share your wisdom on this channel with your permission. I'll be asking each one of you if that's okay soon. Honestly, guys, I don't know what I said or sounded like for some of it. At some point, I realized I was the only one in the frame and being interviewed, and I started to feel like I was doing a piano recital. You know, when you go up, you're in the spotlight, you just do it, and then you're like, oh, that happened. I'm just happy I didn't cry or break down from the stress of public speaking. Anyway, highlights this week were, we were given a large pack of mushrooms from our landlords. We cooked them, made a gravy with them, and ate them with our primal blend, green curry pasta with corn and Parmesan cheese and veggies, which was so good. We had the leftovers the next day with a soft-boiled egg. Other highlights were chip snacks, hot chocolate, our ham, corn, chicken, rice, potato plate, pasta casserole with cheese, chickpeas, and homemade breadcrumbs, blended baked squash with fried and baked onions, with homemade hummus and congee, cooked frozen dumplings with sauce, congee with black beans and dumpling sauce, and peanut butter sandwiches with banana. This week we're doing the pantry check on Wednesday instead of Thursday, which we normally do, and this might become our new routine. Let's see what we're working with this week. Okay, so for this pantry, we still have a lot of sugar. We've only used a little bit. We still have some flour here. I don't think we used much flour at all last week, if any. We just took out our 125 milliliters of chocolate chips, which you'll see in a second, and we still have some sugar back here. As for rice, we had 1.5 cups of rice this week. Up here, we refilled our chocolate chips. Don't think we went through any of our other baking supplies. And something that we will be looking for this week is gum. We only have a little bit more gum. And gum is important to us because my husband chews it sometimes while he works. Okay, so we still have 2 bottles of olive oil left. And we still have 2 rolls of paper towel left. Let's have a look at this pantry. We still have a lot of coffee filters. We still have quite a bit of tea. We still have some herbal tea. We've slowed down basically almost completely on this tea. So we still have 2 dates. We no longer have the chips that I put away. And we've gone through quite a bit of our chickpeas, some of our black beans, and I don't think we had lentils this past week. And we still haven't gone through the pot barley. Thank you guys for the recipes with the pot barley. I do plan on making them soon. We still have all our salt. We've continued to go through pasta. We have 2.5 to 3 pounds left. We have a little bit of oats. Still have a can of diced tomatoes. Don't know how it made it this long. And 1 pack of sardines. Okay, so this is new garlic. We finished our garlic and I used 1 piece of the new garlic. We still have a bit of honey, and this is how much rice vinegar we have. We currently have 3 bananas. We went through 2 yesterday. As for spices, we have this much garlic powder, this much Italian seasoning. As for the rest, we have more in our back stock. As for our oil, we started a new one. We still have all the potatoes we bought last week. We haven't had time to cook them. And we have our new special potato, the one we got for the news story. And into the fridge. We don't have any eggs. This is some leftover congee. We still have some sour cream. Into our cheese drawer, we use some of our cheddar cheese. And this is the last of our frozen Parmesan cheese. We have a lot of onions because we restocked yesterday. And this is some leftover pasta, some lemon zest, half a lemon, some beef fat, some bits of carrot, some leftover salad, and some beef bones. We still have some carrots, black beans, and oh yeah, cooked mushrooms, and oh yes, our cooked primal blend. And into our veggie drawer, we still have 1 tomato. It's looking good. Oh yes, our cilantro. I'll hopefully be using that today. And our Italian parsley, which is still looking good. And into our fruit drawer, we currently have 6 oranges, 2 apples, and 2 lemons. This is how much peanut butter we have. Oh, we're doing pretty well. Oh, this salmonberry pulp was not turned into jam and is no longer good. We still have 4 packs of soy sauce, some Dijon mustard, and a lot of better than bouillon. This is what remains of our butter. We still have tiny bits of ketchup that we can aggressively shake out. And we have this much for new ketchup. Based on the price, we really find this one worth it. This is how much sriracha we have. This is our level of yeast. And this is all beef bone broth. And this is how much milk we have. And into the freezer. Wow, it's looking a lot emptier. We still have 2 jars of breakfast ham, 1 jar of applesauce, some frozen cherry tomatoes, 2 containers of rice, 3 containers of gravy, this little jar of chicken skin, a little jar of pizza sauce, and a little jar of green curry paste, and a medium jar of yeast. And we still have some raw pork. On the bottom shelf, we still have some frozen apple pie, some frozen corn, a frozen broccoli. We have another jar of breakfast ham, our veggie scraps, our lemon zest, and my banana bread for work. And on this side, we have some frozen fruit. We have our bag of frozen berries and quite a few frozen ripe bananas. Okay, so today I'm going to run you guys through a little tutorial on how to make a little homemade notebook. So you can make these little notebooks for your lists. They're very affordable, and I prefer it to a single piece of paper because you might lose that. I'll also show you guys how I use it as we progress. So I'll teach you how to make it first. You can use any lined paper. If it was a large sheet of paper like this, I would cut it into quarters. Just try to go for the same shape. But I'm going to be using this notebook here. I'll take out between 5 and 10 pages. Let's just do 5. And I'll rip it out. You could take this part off, but I like how each page can rip off individually if I want. So I just kind of rip this part off. And then you want to line up two edges. And then you get your stapler. I have a mini stapler. I really like it. Highly recommend Umomo to get staplers. I do 3 staples. If you want to save on staples, you could do 2 staples. And there you have it, a mini notebook. This is what we use for our shopping list in person. This is one I made earlier today that gave me the idea to make this tutorial for you guys. And so I'll write the date. And then recently I've been writing the things that we really need for the week on this page. As we shop, I'll write down all the options and I will highlight the ones that we're getting for sure. And then so when we go to the store, we only look for what's highlighted. All right, let's check out our sheets and see what we're working with. Okay, so this week we've already bought our fruit and our onions. And I also realized earlier that April has 5 weeks rather than 4 weeks. So I should have been dividing it by 5 rather than 4. So we're just going to start doing that now. Last week we had a rollover of $2.02, which we have put aside over here. And so I've taken it out of our budget over here. It could technically go back in and be a 107, but I kind of like having it rolled over and keeping it separately. So right now we have $4.55 of rollover. You may notice this down here. That's the shopping that we did yesterday that I'm going to paste over here after I find out how much we have for the week. And then we'll take this out of this week. And you may notice that I've added May in because we will be doing the challenge into the first week of May. We're going to be doing 16 weeks on this challenge, although we will reach our goal at the end of April. It'll just be bonus savings for us, and it'll be nice to have the full 16 weeks complete. Okay, so let's see. We have $105, and we're going to be making this last for 4 weeks. So we have $26.25 a week. And I am just going to write a little note so we don't have to do that calculation again. Let's put that in. Okay, so we're working from $26.25 this week. We'll take out the $2.85 that we spent at Kin's and the $4.94 that we spent at Persia Foods. So this week, we're working from $18.46 before our milk and eggs. But we already have our fruit and veg. Like, it's just a different week, so it's throwing me off a little bit. Oh, something we're also going to consider is since we already went to Persia Foods and we went to Kin's, we're probably gonna not go to Walmart because we normally go to Walmart because Persia Foods is close to it. So this is a week that we're really hoping to go to Superstore. We're really looking forward to that because our favorite toothpaste is at Superstore. We have been getting by with a different one. I know toothpaste isn't a part of this challenge, but I'm just letting you guys know that I'm very excited to go to Superstore. And that's hopefully the plan. And at Superstore, we have $10 of optimum points. So this week we're gonna be looking for milk or cream, eggs, some veg, rolled oats, popcorn, and gum. And we're also really needing some steel wool, so we will consider going to the dollar store for that. Since we don't have anything left in our household budget, that will come out of the food budget. Our priorities after that are bay leaves, dates, peanuts, seeds, and trail mix, and powdered milk. Okay. So this is the Superstore flyer starting on Thursday. Today is Wednesday. We're just planning in advance. Honestly, before we look at the flyers, we will be going to Superstore. So let's take out our milk and eggs now. And I think let's let go of the goal of getting popcorn and potentially gum. I think we'll have to survive until next week for that and see what we can make work. I don't know, the 5-week month feels quite a bit more challenging. So let's add this to the list. There are egg deals on Saturday and Sunday, which we weren't able to get this week, and sometimes also on Tuesday and Wednesday. No egg deal for Tuesday and Wednesday this week. Okay, so for eggs, we'll be going for a pack that's $4.04. We can get extra large ones or large, so we'll be going with extra large. Okay, so $18.46 minus $6.11. That's our milk minus the deposit minus 1 dozen eggs. Yes, that is what I thought. $8.14. Okay, so we're still going to go through all the flyers and we are going to spend our $8.14 in the best way possible. Oh yes, we also have our $10 of optimum points. Let's just write that down. Wow, I have never appreciated the optimum points this much before. Okay, so we're gonna go through the Superstore flyer. So they have the $10.88 for 2 pounds of grass-fed lean ground beef. It's a good deal. They have avocados for $3.49, which is nice. I just thought about it too when I saw this dish detergent. I realized that we probably will need more this month. So we would need to use our points on that. So we don't have anything in our household budget at the moment, but we do have the $10 of optimum points. We'll use that on this shop for food and for the household goods that we can get, which will be dish soap and steel wool pads. So that's $2. That's a good deal. It says that we'll get 500 points back, which is 50 cents, and it's 25 cents off starting tomorrow. Ooh, beans are on sale right now. We don't need beans, but more beans would be nice. More variety would be nice. Let's just add them as an option. $6.99 for a huge Prego. Oh, wow, that seems good. $2.29 for 4 liters of vinegar. We don't need that right now. Is that all? Okay, that's it. That's it for the Superstore flyer. Let's go through the Walmart flyer. Ooh, cucumbers for 94 cents. That's something we could price match. Does beef count? 1 pound here for $5.26. I'm gonna write it down just in case. Ooh, 1 liter of extra virgin olive oil for $8.47. We're okay, but if you guys want to try Saporito, that seems like a really good price. Ooh, the ketchup! Our ketchup's on sale for $3.27. That's a better price than we got last week. That's okay. If you guys need ketchup, this is a great deal. Aylmer's canned tomatoes for $1.97. That's nice. Probably won't get more canned tomatoes. Next, we're going to be looking at the Kin's daily deals. We've already been to Kin's, but I'm going to look at it with you guys. So starting Friday, April 10th, they'll be having 2 for $3 for iceberg lettuce, which seems like it's a really good deal, and it is a pretty good deal, but you can get them for 99 cents at Persia Foods, and they also have 99 cents a pound on extra large navel oranges. Okie dokes. Next, let's look at no frills. Ooh, it's looking very fancy with the black background. Ooh, package of 5 or 6 avocados for $3.49. Same as Superstore. They have the little bags of veggies, frozen veg, for $2. That seems kind of good because you can get like a certain kind. You don't have to like separate them. It's just like a little bit of your budget. You could get some variety, and it's kind of nice to have some frozen veg in the freezer so you always know you have some in the house. So it's $1.20 a pound for these frozen green peas. Not bad. And there's also $1.99 per pound for tomatoes. That seems really good. We still have a tomato, but fresh tomatoes are so amazing. We still have that tomato because I'm really saving it for the perfect thing. Let's write this on the list. Would price match these at Superstore. Okay, that's all for no frills. Let's look at the Safeway flyer. $1.29 a pound for apples. Not bad. Ooh, 620 milliliters of applesauce for $2. Seems like really great for baking. We don't need that right now. And I think that to price match, it has to have the same brand, and this is the Safeway brand, so that wouldn't work at Superstore. At Safeway, they also have the $2 Elmer's deal. Ooh, Muti pizza sauce. That doesn't fit in our budget, but I didn't know that existed. That looks good. I want these so bad. Gibblers. One day, we'll celebrate Poutine Day after our challenge is over. I think I'm just tired. Like, why does this all look so good? Okay, to be honest, I thought that we would see some more deals in the flyers and have more to price match with. This is one of our smallest lists ever in terms of options from the flyers. Hopefully this is in the shot. Let's just lock some stuff in. So I'm just gonna include the $10 of optimum points with our purchase today. Let's look at popcorn. Yeah, I think it's gonna fit this week with the points. So we have purple kernel. We really like this popcorn because the kernels are a bit smaller, so the popcorn pops like super nicely. And we noticed the bags of the no name brand, which we tried before, all have like little holes in it, and this plastic is just stronger so it doesn't get pierced. Okay, purple popcorn, rolled oats. It's the oats week at last. Okay, so we're gonna go with the brand that we know this time. Okay, so we ended up taking a break and now we are back at it with a game plan. I know that you guys normally see me figure it all out, but today is actually a very hard day. So we have a plan. It turns out we need to shop today, which is Wednesday. This is not our regular routine, but we're gonna make it work. We've decided that we're only gonna get the milk, deposit, dozen eggs, the purple popcorn. We're desperately needing some easy snacks, and the rolled oats, which will also help with snacks. And so we are going to take the remaining 14 cents out of our rollover, and we're going to use our PC Optimum points on this purchase. And then we're going to put that $10 back into our budget. So here's our rollover, and here's another rollover. I will just put them together. So this is all of our rollover, and from here we're going to take out 14 cents minus 14 cents, which means this week we're going to spend $26.39 instead of $26.25. Since we're going to be paying with the PC Optimum points, we'll still have the $10 in our account. So we're going to factor that in to this budget. So technically, it'll be as if we spent this much, because this is how much we're really spending. So I will be adding that $10 right here. That's our plan. For our price book, we'll be adding the 1.8 kilogram bags of dried beans for $4.49 and 2 pounds of grass-fed beef for $10.88 from Superstore, and 1 pound of grass-fed beef for $5.26 and 1 cucumber for 94 cents from Walmart. For the shopping list that you'll take to the store, I recommend writing the products that you want with their brands, sizes, and prices, and highlighting them. So when you go to the store, you know exactly which one you plan to get, and you won't grab the wrong one by accident. And don't forget to bring a pen or a highlighter to cross the items off your list as you're shopping in the store. Now that we have our list, let's shop. We went to Superstore and got 850 grams of purple kernel popping corn for $4.79. We ended up getting 1 kilogram of the no-name large flake oats for $3 instead of the one we know for $3.50. A 4-liter jug of whole milk for $6.11, and a dozen extra large eggs for $4.04. For a total of $8.11 after we redeemed $10 worth of PC Optimum points. Since we went with the no-name brand oats, and we used our PC Optimum points, we have $10.35 to roll over. When we got home, my husband made Mexican bowls with homemade salsa and leftover primal blend and rice. And we planted our green onions. They're growing. The parsley hasn't rooted yet and isn't looking great, but we're hoping for the best. See you next week for an update.